The power of the Honda CBR 1000, the emergence of India's biker women, and a trip down memory lane.
Throttle down, which he does. Zaqwan Zaidi takes it. Dimateki second.
All lined up on the Asia Motorsports Hour. Yes, hello, a very warm welcome to the Asia Motorsports Hour, brought to you by Idemitsu. Some dates to mark on your calendar, first for 2022, when we hope the world of motorsport gets back to some proper international racing. And the Mandalika circuit on Lombok will host 2 rounds of the 2022 version of the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup. Tao Furuzawa took the 21 title 10 days ago with a perfect 7 wins out of 7. Next season starts with February testing in Qatar, with the first round of the season on the first weekend of March at the same Losail venue. The series moves on to Mandalika, Japan, Buriram in Thailand and Sepang in Malaysia, before ending back at Mandalika on November the 12th and 13th. A variation to our In Focus theme this week as we start to look back on the 2021 season through the eyes of the riders. First up, Zaqwan Zaidi, the former ARRC champion and World Moto 2 and Supersport rider, is the 2021 Malaysia Superbikes champion. This is his story of the season. Malaysia's Zaqwan Zaidi has been on the racing circuit for so long now, it's easy to forget he's still only 26 and that his best racing years are arguably still ahead of him. Selangor-born Zaqwan has already won 2 ARRC 600cc Supersport titles in 2014 and 2016, plus Malaysian domestic titles at Cup Free and Superbike championships, in addition to those 2 World Championship Moto2 seasons, plus 1 at Supersport. The 2021 has been frustrating for most racers around the world as the COVID pandemic has greatly affected competition. Even so, Zaqwan did manage to make the most of a fractured season by winning the RK Shogun Kabuto as champion of the Malaysia Superbike Championship.
Saya punya reaksi untuk race di MSBK memang tak expect pun saya boleh champion, sebab lagipun saya skip satu race, so saya just fikir mungkin tak ada chance untuk champion, so just fokus untuk race. But finally after beberapa race saya tengok point pun makin dekat, so okay, ini mungkin ada rezeki, saya try, then finally champion. So memang happy gila. And sebenarnya bagi saya last minute tu saya pakai motor baru, so memang sangat excited bila dah try tipe R. So experience yang sangat bagus, so bila menang pula lagi happy. So itulah, itu yang membuatkan saya rasa happy.
Trailing Aslan Shah Kamruzaman by 17 points in the championship after the first 3 races, Zaqwan and Honda were to unveil a lethal new bike ahead of the second round 2 weeks later.
Bagi saya sangat-sangat luar biasa. Kalau kita compare dengan sebelum ni saya bawa di round 1 motor CBR 1000 SP. So compare dengan tipe R memang jauh beza daripada horsepower. Chassis pun sangat berbeza. So bila saya beralih pada tipe R, saya terpaksa untuk cuba untuk sesuaikan diri untuk set up daripada suspension, so power dia, elektronik dan sebagainya. Tapi bila start daripada race 1 tu, saya rasa saya boleh catch up dengan cepat sebab saya dapat feeling yang sangat baik dan ya, sangat-sangat luar biasa lah dengan motor tipe R ni.
Di sini saya katakan tadi Kasma percaya masuk sekarang. Dia lakukannya sekarang ini. Kasma yang berada di depan dan terpulang pada Zaqwan untuk kembali mengejar menuju ke striker yang terakhir. Sekali lagi Kasma yang kita lihat beberapa kali dia cuba lakukan tapi dia menarik, dia break kembali, dan kali ini dia terus masuk. Zaqwan yang berada di depan, lalu terus menuju ke striker terakhir Zaqwan, tapi Kasma yang di depan. Mungkin Zaqwan masih bagi dalam. Kasma lakukan kesilapan, pengalaman lebih kepada Zaqwan sekarang ini menunjukkan satu penamaan. Zaqwan tempat pertama. Zaqwan tadi berjaya menangi perlombaan di tempat pertama. Kasma dan tempat yang kedua.
3-3 race yang menang. So saya rasa memang betul-betul sangat best lah. So itu yang membuatkan saya rasa macam bila pakai motor baru ni saya rasa lebih strong lah.
The final margin of victory in the championship will be 6 points over his long-time rival from the one XOX TKKR racing team. But Aslan and teammate Randan Rosley did their best to make this as difficult a final race of the season as possible.
saya tahu Azlan pun nak fight championship. Beza saya dengan dia pun dalam berapa poin. So dia betul-betul di race yang kelima tu memang dia tak nak bagi saya chance lah untuk menang. Tapi saya just ikut pace sebab saya tahu potential motor tu kat mana dan saya cuba ambil advantage kat situ dan saya cuba untuk control pace dan saya nampak Azlan ada gap sikit, so saya rasa tak okay, kali ni saya boleh keep dekat situ dan sampai final lap dan bila dapat announce yang saya leading championship, so saya happy lah.
So success for Zaqwan on the Superbike with 4 wins from 6 starts, but not as fruitful a season at Capri level.
Lagi saya tak fikir pasal championship sebab lagi pun saya rasa macam bila saya tahu poin-poin agak jauh, so saya rasa macam tak perlu pun untuk saya fokus untuk championship dan just untuk fokus untuk saya punya riding style, cuba untuk adapt motor tu sebab saya bila dapat motor baru tu saya perlukan masa untuk sesuaikan diri. So bila saya race by race, so saya konsisten kat situ, so sangat bagus lah. Yang baru-baru ni saya dapat nombor 6 di Kuala Terengganu, so saya rasa macam sangat positif bila saya feedback daripada saya dengan tim, so motor tu sangat baik dan saya harap di Sepang final round saya akan cuba yang terbaik untuk dapatkan podium lah. Itu yang saya nak. Harapan saya untuk next year, so saya harap akan lebih baik. Kita akan mungkin dapat balik hidup seperti biasa, seperti race di Asia, boleh kembali balik. Tahun sebelum ni kita sangat struggle sebab kita tak ada race, so saya tak ada apa saya nak buat, so saya harap untuk next year akan lebih baik lah.
So as you heard or perhaps read through subtitles, a busy season ahead for Zaqwan Zaidi and quite a storied past as well. For a chance to win some ARRC merchandise courtesy Idemitsu, we've got 2 Zaqwan questions for you to answer. The first of which is, in what seasons, plural, did Zaqwan Zaidi win the Asian Road Racing Championship 600cc Supersport class? Coming up after the break, more from Zaqwan as we relive his first ever win at 600cc Supersport, and we catch up with a young rider developing very nicely, thank you, on Indonesia's One Prix circuit. Remember this kid?
We head into the chicane. It is Fazli Sham. Mahendra takes the inside line. What a great ride by him. He gets through. He's on the gas. He's already waving that he's got the victory. But get tucked down. What a great ride by the number 570. Mahendra wins this one. And what a fantastic result for the Yamaha Racing Indonesia team. Takes victory from Adib Rosli.
What a brilliant ride by Mahendra.
That was 13-year-old Indonesian Aldi Setya Mahendra winning on the ARRC Underbone circuit in the wet at Suzuka in 2019. Well, now he's 15 years of age and is the recently crowned national champion of India's Underbone Championship novice level. Aldi didn't have things all his own way on the last weekend of the season at the Central Karting Circuit. 2 races to negotiate and a fabulous start to race 1 for our young hero.
Bendera hijau dikibarkan. The light is on and the light is on. Go, 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 go. One Prix 2 Novice kali ini sudah dimulai. Sport One Novice dimanapun Anda berada. Dan wow, pergerakan yang begitu luar biasa dari seluruh pebalap-pebalap One Prix kita yang begitu luar biasa. Dan satu pebalap langsung memberikan gap yang begitu luar biasa. Memasuki beberapa tikungan saja.
Hafid Pratama, the only one capable of staying with young Aldi.
Di mana Aldi Setya Mahendra sudah berada di depannya dan langsung dimanfaatkan nantinya akan melakukan slipstream ataupun melakukan overtake sesaat lagi.
So far, so good. A win on the cards for Aldi Setya until Hafid attacks on the last lap.
Mengambil dari sisi luar sepertinya Hafid. Oh! Berhasil diambil alih dari Hafid Pratama untuk melakukan overtake. Aldi Setya Mahendra. Oh, finish, finish, finish. Hafid memanfaatkan kelemahan dan juga kesalahan dari Aldi Setya Mahendra. Wow, 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 wow.
Aldi Setya crumbling under the pressure. The title will have to wait one more race. Hafid taking top spot. Next day, race 2 of the weekend, and the two protagonists are next to each other on row 1 of the grid. And this time, it's Hafid Pratama who jumps into the lead.
The light is on and the light is on. Whoa, go, 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 go. Race kedua, One Prix 2. Inilah dia jalannya Sport One Novice dimanapun Anda berada. Sedang berlangsung di kelas novice kita kali ini. Di mana Aldi Setya Mahendra berada di urutan yang pertama sejauh ini. Memasuki R ketiga dari Sentul International Karting Circuit.
But not for long. Lap 2.
Oh, pesaingnya itulah Hafid berada di depannya. Melakukan kesalahan ataupun kelemahan yang dilakukan langsung. Mencari keuntungannya. Melakukan overtaking secara diam-diam dari sisi dalam.
And from that position, Aldi Setya made sure that he wouldn't make the same mistake and powered away from the rest of the field. Fastest lap after fastest lap, Aldi Setya with a huge winning margin.
Satu putaran lagi ataupun satu tikungan lagi. Inilah dia, the final ataupun juara kita Aldi Setya Mahendra.
The race win and the Novice National Championship trophy to look good on what will need to be a very big mantelpiece if he carries on dominating like this. When the riders lined up at Sentul, Bogor, Indonesia for the second race of the second round of the 2014 Asian Road Racing Championship 600cc season, Malaysia's Zaqwan Zaidi was the baby of the Bunshu Honda team. Number 52 Zamri Barber had already won 2 of the 3 races that year. Number 100 Makoto Tamada had already been on the podium that season, while Zaqwan had never been there in his whole 600cc career. That is all about to change.
We have 29 riders on the grid. This is the final race of the day, final race of round 2 here in Sentul International Circuit. So we will see who will win the race here in Sentul, Indonesia.
We are ready to go. Supersport 600cc race go is up and running, and Zamri Barber again has got off to a terrific start. Zamri will be first into the corner. Or will he? No, he's just been beaten by Dimas Eki.
Oh, it's a great start by all the riders. There's no incident in the turn 1, and we have 2 Honda riders in front, the Musashi Bonshu Honda racing team. So it is Zaqwan and also Zamri in front, but we have 1 bike in between them right now. Zamri now leading the race. And I think the gap is 0.1 second in front of Dimas Eki Pratama. A good race by Dimas so far. Then Ampali Imanuddin 0.7 second behind Zamri Baba. We have Muhammad Zaqwan Zaidi 4th, 1.5 second behind Muhammad Zamri Baba. So it is Zamri now who is absolutely flying well in front of other riders. This is but Dimas Eki Pratama is giving him very hard time in front.
Just on the distance between him and Fujiwara in 5th, it's 2.5 seconds already, and we're barely 2 laps into the 16. It's a stupendous start by Zamri Barber, but Dimas Eki is holding on to his coattails, and Fadli Imamuddin is good now. Tamada crashed out, but is okay. Tamada crashed out fairly early, but is okay.
Dimas was very close behind Zamri before this, and where is Zamri Baba? He's supposed to be in front of the 2 riders.
Zamri is down to third.
Yeah, what's happened to Zamri?
What happened to
Barber as
Zamri?
We were looking at something else. Zamri
Oh yeah,
Barber
Zamri.
has-
Wow.
My word, that is.
It is Zamri. Is Zamri Baba?
Zamri.
Yes, it is Zamri Baba. Zamri Baba is out of the race.
Literally wheel to wheel, but it is Fadli Imamuddin who leads through lap 5.
I would love to see that how far it is between Fujiwara and Fadli before this. But the gap is increasing to 3.1 seconds, and now Yudi Sitara has just taken the lead in the battle between him and Fujiwara. So Fujiwara down to 5th, Yudi is up to 4th, and still Fadli Imamuddin leading the race.
I'm just keeping an eye on how far behind Zamri Barber is. He's more than 35, 36 seconds behind. He hasn't come through the start-finish line yet. Is this the... Well, that's the latest incident. Somebody just losing the back end. And Zamri Barber looks like he has actually retired. He's gone out on lap number 4. So no points for Zamri Barber.
Well, this is battle for 6, 7, and 8. It was Rihanna, Yuki Ito, and Hazan Shah, Muhammad No. And the 2 Kawasaki. Between them is one Yamaha rider from Japan, Yuki Ito, battling hard for 6, 7, and 8, please.
Okay, this is at the top. This is P1. Fadli Imamuddin from Zaqwan, from Dimaseki. He's still lapping quickly at 1:32. Best lap time, Yudhishthira, 1:31.744. And he's the man who's chasing in 4th place.
Well, Dimas now up to a 2nd, Zaqwan down to 3rd, and Yudi Sitira is now only 2 seconds behind Zaqwan Zaidi, behind the group in front. So
Dimaseki has gone past Zaqwan into 2nd. Now he's putting the pressure on Fadli Imamuddin. 6 laps to go as they come through the start-finish line. And Fadli leads by 0.051 from Dimaseki. Zaqwan in 3rd. Is Dimaseki going to make his move with 5 laps to go? 0.298 between 2nd and 3rd, Dimaseki and Zaqwan. Oh, he's made a mistake. Fadli has made a mistake, the first one of the afternoon, and Dimaseki sees the opportunity, goes through, and with 4 laps to go as they cross the start-finish line, he leads the 600cc race 2. 3 laps after they cross the line here. Dimas from Fadli, from Zaqwan, from Yudhishthira, half a second between the top 4.
Well, Yudi Sitira now is 0.5. Oh! Yudi Sitira is down. Is it? No, I'm so sorry. Is it Fadli? It is Fadli Imamuddin.
Fadli Imamuddin, those soft tyres eventually giving way. It was a gamble that worked in race number 1, but has just proven too much for the soft compound on race 2. Dimaseki now leads, Zaqwan 2nd, and Yudhishthira once again capitalizing on errors.
Yeah, we have 3 laps to go, and we have again 2 Indonesian and 1 Malaysian riders in front. So Indonesian are very, very strong in this weekend in super sports category. And it's up to Zaqwan now making his move. Zaqwan now leading the race. 2 laps to go. Zaqwan Zaidi in front of Dimas Eki Pratama.
But Dimaseki is looking to try to get back straight away, but Zaqwan has timed that superbly, and Yudhishthira again putting pressure on Dimaseki. What a race that we've got in this 600cc, because Yudhishthira looks on the inside. Zaqwan closes the door. Yudhishthira fastest lap, 1:31.06. This is boiling up into a cracking finale. 1.5 laps to go.
This is the last lap of the race, and Zaqwan is still leading in front. And as you can see, a little bit wobbling coming out at the corner, but still less than a second between these top 3 riders. And this is battle for P1.
This is the battle for P1. Yudhishthira, fastest lap of 1:31.06. He is certainly putting on the pressure, but it's Zaqwan under intense pressure from Dimaseki. Dimaseki in the slipstream. Can he get a pull? Can he get an opening? No, he can't. Battle for P1 as Zaqwan holds on. Zaqwan Zaidi. Oh, a little bit of a slide, but he holds on. Dimaseki looks on the inside.
It is going to be very, very close between these top 3 riders right now. Less than a second between them. Few more corners to go.
Into the second penultimate corner. He just needs to hold on here. Hold his nerve. Dimaseki has a look on the inside. Dimaseki, I think, knows that he hasn't got it. Zaqwan Zaidi needs to put his throttle down, which he does. Zaqwan Zaidi takes it. Dimaseki 2nd. Yudhishthira 3rd. 1.729 between 1 and 3. Fujiwara will get 4th. Evos Ryanda 5th and Yuki Ito for Japan 6th ahead of Koyama in 7th. But what a result for Zaqwan Zaidi, as you say, his first victory in Supersport 600.
Some terrific archive action from Zaqwan Zaidi, and for a chance to win some ARRC merchandise, courtesy Idemitsu, we've got the second of 2 Zaqwan Zaidi related questions for you to answer. How many of the 6 races did Zaqwan win to earn his title at this season's Malaysia Superbikes Championship? Coming up after the break, Girl Power, India's thriving women's championship in focus. India's National Motor Racing Championship is somewhat unique in Asia in that, as Vicky Chandok, the Vice President of the Madras Motorsports Club, explains, for the last 5 seasons, there is a category for women scheduled into each round.
I think the girls category is really growing very rapidly. It's growing fantastically well. I see them at our arrive and drive days, at our practice days, on track days. Suddenly I'm seeing this huge participation of over a dozen girls, okay, who are now trying to attempt. I do believe that when we do have a gender-based category for girls separately, but what I like is their fighting spirit now. They want to race with the men, and they want to be, and which is great, okay, which is something we all like to see, and we like to find them fighting midfield or even up front. They'll find their feet. But yes, the girls category has developed very well. And I think two-wheeler sport, to be honest, if you take India, I think the Madras Motorsports Club has done a remarkable job at promoting the two-wheeler racing. We've had much more participation in two-wheelers than we've had ever before.
After 3 wins out of 3 in the 5-race 2021 season, one woman has utterly dominated proceedings, Ryhana Bee. Rihanna missed a full season due to injury, but on her first race back on the track showed that the number 13 is not an unlucky number for her. It was Rihanna who kept her cool whilst literally all around her closest rivals fell by the wayside. Defending champion Anne Jennifer.
And she has, oh, there is a collision. Oh, this is disaster for P2 and P3. Lani and Jennifer.
Their nearest challenger in the race.
Ooh, that had to, oh God, that is so unfortunate. Arpita was looking so strong. She lost her front end. She went a little too hot into turn 11 and checkered flag awaits Rihanna B. Wow, what a finish for this youngster.
Race 2, same venue a month later, and after Lani Zina had made a great start at the end of lap 1, Rihanna struck for the lead.
It's 9:45 on the clock. It's turning out to be a beautiful day here. It's a number 97 and number 13 who's fighting it out after lap 1. Last time around it was Lani Zena clocking in the fastest with a 2:15.348.
And then Rihanna pulled further and further and further clear of her rivals to win by the proverbial country mile for her team, RACR Castrol Power Racing.
Well, for today in round 2. It's Ryhana B. Bike number 13 taking the checkered flag and taking the win. From pole to win, she does it. She came, she conquered.
I'm flooded with happiness and my qualifying went as per my plan and I took a pole position, and being a pole sitter there's always pressure behind, but I kept myself calm and cool and I was really focused on the race so that I can finish the race with a clean margin.
9 women on the grid for round 3 in November.
And they're off. Incredible start there for Rihanna B from the center pack, but Lani definitely holds a good sword there. She's on the charge, on the prowl. She got the fastest pace in qualifying yesterday, and she's looking to stretch a gap during this 5-lap race.
And Lani Zina again off to a quick start, but under pressure.
Oh! An early upset. Wow, this is disaster for our pole setter, Lani Zena. Nothing she could do there.
Another convincing margin of victory for Rihanna B.
The checkered flag awaits. What an incredible race for Rihanna B. She takes victory, yet again making it 3 consecutive wins this season.
And for those of us who don't like runaway championships, a scrap of encouragement. Defending champion Aunt Jennifer at last got herself some points on the board.
When you see knees down, when you see elbows rubbing, okay, and our track has got plenty of corners to do that. I mean, you suddenly say, where was she? I mean, she's been away from the circuit. Then you suddenly see her diving right back in like she was never gone. You know, it's fantastic. You know, she's got the experience of the dirt track with her. Okay, but you know, all told, I think as a package, she shaped out very well.
Before we head off, a quick look ahead to some racing coming our way this weekend as the Australian Superbikes Championship returns after 2 cancelled rounds. The ASBK reaches its finale at The Bend in Southern Australia. We asked ARRC commentator and former endurance world champion Steve Martin to preview the event.
The big guns are coming to town, and I'm talking Jack Miller. Jack Miller, the MotoGP star, is coming to race at Tailem Bend. Do not ask me how that happened, but he must have just woken up one day, decided to buy a bike, put it in a trailer, and come down and race our championship, and we're very, very excited. But he's not going to have it all his own way, because Wayne Maxwell has been a man on an absolute mission this year. He's pretty much won every race that he's been in, except for 1 or 2, and I'll tell you why. Because Ollie Bayliss, Troy Bayliss' son, has come on fire, and he won his first ever Australian Superbike Championship race at Darwin earlier this year. He's off overseas in the World Supersport Championship next year, so good luck to him. But I tell you what, Kawasaki won't be there. Disappointing. They won 5 races there last year, if you remember when we were there. Not competing this time out. Keep an eye on Crew Halliday too. We do know the Dunlops work well at that track, and Crew Halliday on the Yamaha with Dunlops could be the man to beat. Motorsports TV 600 class at Tailem Bend this time out is going to be absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a cracker of an event. We've got Tommy Edwards in 2nd position trying to chase down Brock Pearson. Brock Pearson has been on the boil. They're both names that the Asians might understand and know because they've both raced over there, but they're here at Tailem Bend to give it their best. Max Stauffer is in 3rd position, and I tell you what, Max is a youngster and you'll hear his name a lot more. It's going to come down to the wire.
Just before we go, a reminder to log on to the ARRC Facebook page for the chance to win merchandise, courtesy Idemitsu. 2 questions to answer about Zaqwan Zaidi. First, in what seasons, plural, did Zaqwan Zaidi win the Asian Road Racing Championship 600cc Supersport class? Second, how many of the 6 races did Zaqwan Zaidi win to earn the title at this season's Malaysia Superbikes Championship? Next week, an Australian focus, as Steve Martin joins us again to review the best of the final round of the ASBK from Adelaide.